Hello and welcome to StoneX Stadium, the home of Saracens, for Haileybury against Blundells. Haileybury come here every year. Last year we saw a thrilling 13-all draw between them and Seaford College. How will it go against Blundells? Well, we're about to find out, because we are just moments away as Jamie George and Nick Ezekwe walk alongside our commentary position, two former Haileybury pupils, of course, and alongside me a current Haileybury pupil, Ollie Hodges-Jackson. How are you, Ollie?
I'm good, Angus. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Looking forward to this one?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good game. Hopefully the boys rise to the occasion this evening.
Well, we're going to have a quick look through the teams before we get going. We'll have be a bit rushed because it's a quick start here. They've only just managed to get themselves out on the field, but Haileybury line up captained by Sam Aylwin at number 8 with Toby Rinn and Tommy Ugandare either side of him, Marco Filippetto and Ollie Hurd in the second row with Ben Wright, Jasper Jeffrey and Will Rayfield in the front row. In the back line, Max Eccleston, Ben Spencer. At half-back, centres Harry Seagrave and Joe Robinson. And the back three, Joey Wedge, Zach Crane and Finn Newton. On the bench, Iki Osibor, Charlie Nunn, Lucas Osmond, Dan McKenna and Nick Davis. For Blundells, well, they're led by Ben Cohen with Ben Cornford alongside him in the half-backs. Centres, Jack Clover and Seb Windsor. Lucas Yap, Noah Fenton and Rocky Prowse in the back three. And I will run through the forwards in a second because we are underway here at the lights of Saracens StoneX Stadium. And it's a strong start for Haileybury and a long clearance. Blundells will have the line out from just outside their own 22, which gives me a chance to take you through their forward pack, which consists of Lewis Hinchcliffe, Taylor Wanacott and Winston Lowe in the front row, Jonah Thomas and Alex Smart in the second row, James Clarkson, Freddie Bush and Will Saltmarsh in the back row, and on the bench, Ruben Northfield, Oscar Weatherall, Elijah Hingston, Toby Butler and James List. And I do apologise, I left off George Moody from the Haileybury bench. George Moody, we are looking forward to seeing as Blundells bring that line-out ball safely down, but then it's Scrappy off the tail. Ambitious to go wide early though, and out into the hands of the left wing, Rocky Prowse. And it's a penalty from Haileybury. Over the ball they go. A strong start from Haileybury. And Ollie, a chance to bring you in as they boot this one inevitably into the corner.
Yeah, I think the penalty is going to be interesting. We mentioned last year Ben Carlos Spencer. He will have a go from anywhere in the opposition half, really. So they've got to be careful where they give away penalties in their own half. They've been brave here. They've gone for touch, so obviously going for 5 points. We'll see if it pays off.
We certainly will. Jamie George and Nick Ezekwe look on, of course, a partnership very familiar with these sort of scenarios. Fantastic new setting here at Saracens, by the way. We'll get into it in a minute as Haileybury look to set up with what will be a 3-man line out, joined by Aylwin at the back, but it goes straight to ground. So now the backs will have to play. Good pick-up from Harry Seagrave. Did really well there, but Blundells have done really well to hold him up. Blundells have turned it over. A timely intervention on their own try line from the Devon side. Big box kick comes in though, it's charged down, and we'll have a scrum. Haileybury ball 5 metres out. Ollie, a huge start from Haileybury.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good platform to get some early points on the board. Maybe a backs move, see if they can emulate what they've practiced in training.
Certainly a great opportunity. They'll be disappointed not to have been able to complete the line-out move. But this, a wonderful chance to construct something in these early moments. Haileybury, for those of you that missed the start, on the left-hand side of your screens in the purple, and in the red hoops on the right-hand side of Blundells. Haileybury with the put-in. Gets to the back and the feet of the captain Aylwin. Out into the back line, and it's a fantastic line through the middle. Pulled just short by the Blundells defence.
Release Haileybury!
And turned over again by Blundells. 2 successive turnovers on their own try line. Can they make their exit work this time? They're going to try and run it up this short side just to find a bit of space for the clearing kick.
Just stay back.
As they set up for the box kick from the skipper, from Ben Cornford rather. the scrum half, who I'm told is adept with the box kick off both feet. And this one stays in field and a chance for Haileybury to counter, but Blundells will be happy with that up to the halfway line. Down the far side, Haileybury go.
Tucky, you okay?
All Haileybury in possession really so far in these opening 5 minutes. Kick comes in, it's a difficult one to take, but it's taken well. I think that's actually Noah Fenton in 11. I think he and his other man may have switched, and wizardry down the left-hand side from Fenton. And a penalty for Blundells,
Number 5 must roll
which they go quickly with. Cornford, the head boy, wants to make an impact quickly.
We've never 10 jets, we need to make 10, okay?
But Haileybury weren't back 10. So now it'll be...
Not now, not now, not now, no.
Oh, hey, Blundells wanting to go quickly again.
No, we need to be 10
I was going to say it's a penalty a little bit closer to the post. Blundells keen to go fast, and they do go fast once more. Oh, just doesn't go to hand. Haileybury live to fight another day, but Ollie, Haileybury are going to be disappointed to have had such a strong start and not come away with any points to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're spending that much time in the opposition 22, you'd hope to come away with at least some points, but now shoes on the other foot. Blundells, they seem like they want to play quickly, and we'll see if it works.
Sam, getting earlier for me, thank you. Crouch. Bind.
Certainly do want to play quickly.
Set.
You see there 2 fairly quick penalties in succession, but it's Haileybury with the scrum inside their own 22.
Forwards don't advance.
And they go with the long clearance into the hands of that man Fenton again. Looks as though he and the other winger, Rocky Prowse, have switched shirts. Saltmarsh, the Exeter chief, pretty much an ever-present in last year's under-18 league.
Yes, please.
With the Exeter Chiefs was Saltmarsh. Blundells hit before the gain line. Really good work in defence from Haileybury. Blundells, though, with a bit of space around the outside. If they can get the ball there, but they take it in instead. But they've
play on backwards.
Just a bit over-eager. Referee says that one went backwards. There, I think, on that far wing is Rocky Prowse. Now, I've identified the change because I've been told an awful lot about Rocky Prowse's hair, and I can see all sorts going on underneath that scrum cap.
Get 10, the rest of you, get 10.
Another shortened lineup for Haileybury. Ollie, is that something that we can expect to see throughout the game from Haileybury, do you think?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they like having more forwards in the attacking line, so if they keep the line out of just 3 man, go short, it's quicker.
It's gone backwards between his legs. Play on.
Both sides, it would appear, with an ambition to go fast today, as Prowse has a bit of a dart through the centre field. Now Blundells, can they string together those passes? They've got close to getting around on the edge a couple of times, but the ball's gone to deck. This time they take it in, and it's another little dart around the fringe from Cornford. An Oxbridge candidate, no less.
Scrum advantage.
Turned over.
No, no advantage.
We'll come back for a Haileybury scrum pretty much on halfway. And rather surprisingly, this game's still at 0-0. Look at the replay here. It's I was going to say it's a strong counter ruck, but in fact, Blundells get the ball out. But through the strong tackling of Ugandare, forces the ball loose. Haileybury setting up with quite a flat attacking line here, so don't be surprised. We've seen a couple of up and unders already. Don't be surprised if we see another one hanging up in the air. Blundells defending.
Crouch.
Really with just 1 man in the backfield. Noah Fenton
Set.
on the left wing, hovering, looking to cover that space if needs be. Aylwin goes around the outside though, so Fenton has to come up. Saltmarsh with the tackle, inevitably. Now Haleybury look to build off that Aylwin. Break from the base. Into midfield they go. Ball squirts loose, but illegally so. It's going to be a Haleybury penalty on the 10-metre line. What do you think the option is here, Ollie?
I think that's his first crack at the post here. Undoubtedly straight in front, well within his range.
A decent nudge it'll have to be. It's a long pitch here at Allianz Park. But Ben Spencer has plenty in the locker. Socks down like a mid-90s open side, but very much a fly half. This Haleybury side, see the replay of how that penalty came about. Big carry through the midfield, and over the top of the ball was Jack Glover, but too enthusiastic. He's a big physical presence in that Blundells midfield though, one to look out for in his lower 6th year. Already part of the Exeter Chiefs setup. Spencer, well, it's got the legs, has it got the direction? Not quite. So we'll have a 22.
Stay behind. Behind, Rocky.
Blundells go long with it. It's a wobbly old one, sits very high though. That's something to look out for on this StoneX surface. Delightful little chip through from, I think, George Moody there. Ollie, you're going to be my spy on the subs numbers.
That was Finn Newton, I believe, at 15.
Finn Newton. What are we supposed to do, eh? Finn Newton playing fullback but wearing 21. Terrible. Down in the backfield, Lewis Hinchcliffe for Blundells. And you might think that's unusual for a loosehead prop, but it shouldn't be surprising to you. He's a former winger. Likes the open spaces, does the young loosehead. But his side can't break out from the 22. Maybe bundle them into touch and we'll have the line out. Lovely out the back pass to Prowse. But Rocky Prowse could see that that gap was going to close on him, and he just couldn't do anything about it in the end. Three-man line out again from Haleybury, but once more it goes loose. Tidied up by Freddie Bush for Blundells. Scrappy game so far. Neither side quite able to get control of it. And we saw in those opening exchanges, it looked like Haleybury had the power up front, but since then it's been a funny game. It's been a bit scrappy. It
has been a bit scrappy, and I think it's going to be a game of two halves really, because I know for sure the Haleybury team is changing, and in fact this is the weaker Haleybury side, and at half time the usual starting Haleybury side is going to come on. So I think it's going to be a game that's going to be played down to the wire, Eddie Jones kind of style with the finishers, and we'll see what happens by the end.
The old bomb squad on the bench, eh?
Bomb squad on the bench.
Something to look forward to as the game moves on. Haleybury go crashing through the middle. Big carry from Harry Seagrave. Back inside, a little isolated though, Haleybury. Blundells spotting that this is a chance, but the referee tells them they're not on the ball. So Haleybury have a chance to just have a little rumble around the outside. Aylwin now, the skipper. Oh, that's powerful from Aylwin. No right to make that sort of ground.
Use it.
Rumbling forward. Go Haleybury. This is like what we saw in those opening minutes, using the forward pack to work around the fringes. Now they find space around the outside. Newton darting and weaving. But the offload, I apologise, wasn't Newton, was it?
Robinson.
Joe Robinson. The offload didn't go to hand, so Blundells have possession again. Possession in Blundells' hands, and it's that two-footed box kicker once again. Ben Cornford. I'm dying to see one off his right boot. Newton, good carry back into the heart of the Blundells defence, earning his side a penalty. Blundells too enthusiastic, and Haleybury go quick. Robinson manages to get that ball back in field to Wedge. Carried up by Jasper Jeffrey. And the gap was just closed, perhaps. Spencer should have just put the foot down and tried to get through the gap. Passing lanes were all shut. And in the end, Blundells turn it over, and it's that man, Lewis Hinchcliffe, loose head prop, former winger, and turning ball over like an open side flanker. That's a hell of a conversion, isn't it? From wing to loose head.
Wing to loose head, who would have thought?
All your jackals are really good. Your players have to roll first, yeah.
Something that sometimes happens to guys in their 40s, not in their mid-teens. There's a few guys like that in the Blundells lineup, though. James Clarkson, back row / lock / wing, I'm told. And Taylor Wanacott at hooker can play 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. If he grows a bit, he can add 4 and 5 to that.
Play him anywhere on the field.
Line out, not straight. So Haleybury will have the option. I'm sure they'll pick scrum, and they do. It's the open side, Freddie Bush, that's throwing into the line out. Joined last year in his lower sixth from Ivy Bridge Community College. We've had some fantastic teams down the years. Last scrum, Ollie, we saw Aylwin have a little dart down the blind side. See that again?
Maybe not again. I think they'll clear their lines this time. But it won't be the last time you see it in this game for sure.
Once again, spot on with the analysis, Ollie, and it works absolutely brilliant as Zach Crane goes underneath the sticks, the bounce of a rugby ball. We say it time and time again. You do not know what it's going to do, and Zach Crane was on hand to grab a hold of that bouncing ball and bring us the first points of the game. It was a simple clearance from Ben Spencer, but the ball just sat up brilliantly on this surface. We spoke about it earlier. It does sit up here, and Zach Crane was on hand.
It's almost like he knew exactly where it was going to be bouncing. He's ready.
Well, I'm wondering if there's a little bit of experience there of having, as a school, played on this pitch before, knowing that the ball does sit up like that, if that's perhaps been discussed.
Quite possibly, and I think a few of these boys have played here more than just with school. A couple of Saracens boys, so this might be like their home ground, really.
A little bit of local knowledge always goes a long way. The ball really does sit up here on this artificial surface at StoneX. And just look at this again. It's not just a clearing kick, in fact, is it? When you look at the direction on it, that's a play, and it bounces just oh so kindly. And Crane, he's going to remember that one for some time.
He will, for sure. Only in the lower sixth as well, so this will be his first team game here.
He's going to have that one ready and waiting to tell the lads about next year.
On his
Boys,
highlights
just
reel.
Get the boot on it, because it's going to sit high. It will sit high. I'll be there. I'll be there. Blundells then 7-0 down. Spencer landed the conversion.
No impact.
And Blundells retrieve the kickoff. Can they respond quickly? Cornford. The referee's going to have a bit of a word. I think that tackle may have crept beyond where the ref wanted it. In fact, I may be wrong. I think it was a clash of heads, and the referee naturally and correctly wants to just be cautious and make sure everyone is in one piece. Well, only a frantic kind of start. It was a big start from Haileybury, and then we had a really kind of scrappy 10 minutes or so.
Yeah,
but Haileybury
sure.
then
For
come
sure,
up with a try out of nothing.
Yeah, I know. I think we need to kind of get a bit of rhythm into the game, maybe string a couple phases together. Possession's good, territory's good, but I think just ball retention now really from both teams, it needs to improve.
And there is that man, the try scorer, Zach Crane. He's going to have enjoyed that an awful lot. Look at the way the ball sits up. There's just absolutely no chance defending in the backfield against that. If you don't take it on the full, you're already in trouble. And the ball positioned like that, that's a kick that's not going where you expect it to off the clearing kick. So the likelihood of it finding grass, or plastic in this case, always very high. Just a bit of a break while they make sure that the injured player, Tommy Ugandare, is okay. Never good to see a player down, but we've seen him moving around, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. Really strong start to the season from Haileybury.
Yeah,
Decent win over
they've,
Felsted, and then that cracking win up at Stamford on Saturday.
Yeah, we've had a great start actually. Felsted is a bit of a derby, so that was an intense game, but they came away with the win. And travelled up to Stamford on Saturday, came back with the second win of the season, and hopefully they can keep it going for 3 tonight.
Well, and the Stamford win, particularly impressive one. Yeah, Stamford the week before had beaten Stowe, who fairly well hyped this season. You know, got the England under-18 captain on the open side and scrum half as well. A lot expected of Stowe. Stamford beat them, so for Haileybury to go up to Stamford and get a win in a thrilling game, I mean, it was what, 30-24, something
It was,
like that.
yeah. It came right down to the death, actually. A similar try to that to finish it. Ben Spencer kicked from inside his 22, ended up effectively on Stamford's try line before their winger tapped it in, failed to keep it in play, and one of the Haileybury players dotted it down over the line.
A well-worked and well-rehearsed move then. Blundells, by the way, only played one game so far. They were one of the ones that didn't get to play on the opening weekend, as sadly Ugandare leaves the field, helped off but on his feet, which is a promising sign. Hopefully he's in reasonably decent shape. And we will restart with a Blundells penalty, and they're going to be going for the sticks pretty much straight in front. So while they deal with that, I'll just finish telling you about their start to the season. They were one of the games that was lost at the beginning of the season. So their first game was on Saturday, taking on Millfield. As the skipper, Ben Cohen, bangs over the 3 points to narrow the gap to 4. (53-24), Blundells lost that one to Millfield, but actually in the context we know that Millfield are one of the strongest sides around. A pretty decent result to be able to score that many points against what is a miserly defence. Those of you that watch Millfield take on Clifton in our opening live stream of the season will be able to attest to that. So a strong performance from Blundells, and a number of try scorers from that game playing today.
Time off replacements. Seven, 2, number 7.
Few replacements
Just keep him for a sec, Dave.
for Blundells. Half game rule in operation here, so you will see a lot of rotation between bench and starting team. Haleybury, by the way, in the midst of that injury melee and the Blundells penalty, actually got a yellow card as well. So they're down to 14, as you can see on your screen, for the next 6.5 minutes or so. Blundells, brilliantly taken by Saltmarsh right on the gain line and managed to get the offload away, and now Blundells are looking to get the ball through the hands. Haileybury step in, but step in illegally. Blundells will have the penalty, and Haileybury lucky to escape with just a penalty, because that one was on, Ollie.
Yeah, I mean, that was on. That could have been a second yellow, but I'm still trying to figure out who went off for the first one. We must have missed that.
I think, Ollie, it's the man who's gone off injured, who sadly, to add insult to injury, has had a yellow card as well. He went high, got a bang on the face, and a yellow card for his troubles.
That's not a good day in the office for him.
Blundells safely get the line out, and they give it to Saltmarsh off the top. Why not? The big man has had a big start to this game. Once again, they're showing ambition to get the ball through the hands. It's just at that final pass that things have gone wrong, although the referee judges that one to have gone backwards.
Not now!
Across the gain line. Haileybury competing fiercely at the breakdown, so much so that they've actually nicked it and then just passed it back for fear of giving away the penalty. Once again, Blundells looking to go through the hands, but they can't get the ball to stick. There's space around the fringe, isn't there? They just can't quite get that last pass to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of space. It's feeling like quite a big pitch out there, but they just can't quite put it together at the end.
Spencer again. Well, Ollie, you're the man with the local knowledge. Clearly a lengthy boot on the man.
Yeah, I mean, last year he had a go from almost his own 10-metre line, so he does have it in his locker. It's just whether he gets the axie in, really.
Yeah, remember it well, and another year's growth in the legs.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a lot of support from home actually as well. He spent 3 months in South Africa playing cricket, also a little bit of rugby, and I think his school have all tuned into this stream as well.
Lovely to see. Where was he for that?
Somewhere in South Africa. I can't remember the name of the school actually, but they'll be behind him hoping he can get this over.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're watching and you know Ben Spencer, get in touch on the live chat. Spencer looking to extend the lead back to 7 points. Certainly got the length. Radar not quite on yet, but he has highlighted to Blundells that they cannot afford to give a penalty away, frankly, anywhere within about 60 metres.
Yeah, and I think he'll keep trying as well, because when it clicks, it'll click, and you know, he'll have his eye in.
Absolutely, and even if you're missing, the fact that the other side know that you could just makes them that bit more wary, doesn't it?
Yeah, the penalty count I think will be a big factor.
Always can be. We saw on our live stream on Saturday over in Croydon, the schools championship, Whitgift against Wellington College. Very high penalty count. Either side managing to adapt to what the referee was asking them, and played a big role in the game, that. Oh, cheeky from Cohen. Oh, delicious from Cohen. Brilliant tackling from Haileybury, but Blundells keep the ball alive. Sensational rugby from the skipper, Ben Cohen. C-O-E-N, that is, not C-O-H-E-N, like the World Cup winning winger.
Tackle!
More like Sandy Cohen from the OC, for those of you that used to watch it. Cohen again. Blundells, they're starting to find their rhythm, aren't they? Saltmarsh goes crashing in.
No hands now.
Haileybury competing so fiercely at the breakdown, but coming in from the side, having done the difficult work of disrupting it. So Cohen, who started that electric move, is going to look to the corner.
No, it was on the wrong mark. I was pulling back.
Absolutely delightful work. from Cohen. Played as a scrum half last year. And perhaps it's that scrum half's impish cheekiness that brought this out. Just a stab through with the left foot from his own try line and gather and step. And then the wherewithal to realise he didn't have support, take it into contact, get the offload away, keep the move going. Glorious stuff from Cohen. And he's an all-round sportsman as well. First team for pretty much everything. And we saw the full range of his skills there.
No, 7.
Again, they line out not to hand, but it is gathered by Blundells. And into the hands of Winston Lowe. He's only been playing rugby for 3 years. This is his first team debut at tight head prop. Saltmarsh, oh, big looping pass. Out to Noah Fenton. Fenton bundled into touch.
Haileybury ball. Okay, thank you. Haileybury ball.
Yes.
Option.
Looking like a Haileybury line out.
Scrum, gents. So knock on into touch.
See the big pass out there from Saltmarsh.
Time's back.
And it's good work in defence, that, from Joey Wedge. Warm evening here in North London. Not going to be able to say that for too much longer. Depths of the season fast approaching.
Set. Hold now. Wait, no, between his feet.
Ball at Aylwin's
Hold
feet
the shove, stay where we are.
and away from Eccleston. It's a brave pass from Spencer. It's gobbled up by Blundells, and now they're threatening inches
No hands.
from the Haileybury line. Taken close by Clover. And out
Hold up.
on the right-hand side. Held up, is it, according to the referee? No. I thought I heard a shout of held up. But it's across the line, and who else but Will Saltmarsh, the number 8 and skipper. Not the skipper, sorry. The number 8. Oh, it was ambitious from Haileybury. The big looping pass, and it was gobbled up by Blundells, who had a dart on the left-hand side. That drew the Haileybury defence in, and you can see them calling numbers out to that far side. And it's just quick hands from Cohen, the skipper, into the hands of Saltmarsh, and Saltmarsh only too happy to barrel over the try line. And put his side in the lead with the conversion to come. And a tidy finish from Blundells, Ollie, but Haileybury probably kicking themselves. Perhaps it's just a case of overplaying on their own try line.
Yeah, I mean, they must have seen Blundells play from their try line and thought we can do that as well. But, you know, it's a risky game to play when you're throwing long passes in front of your own line.
Conversion doesn't quite make it from Cohen. But his side do have the advantage, 8 points to 7. Haileybury now back to their full complement. We see the replay again, and it was that move back inside from Clover that just tied Haileybury out of numbers, and Blundells had done ever so well to work that hard to get themselves around the corner. Oh, Haileybury, brilliant, claiming the kickoff. And now charging through from Aylwin. Can they respond immediately? Back to that fringe game from the forwards. They've had great success from it so far. And it looks as though they want to try a bit more of that again. And it looks as though it was the second row, Marco Filippetto, who claimed that high ball on the run, moving with the fluidity of a winger. Haileybury happy to grind around the fringes, but now Eccleston's going to look to find his back line. He's having to dig hard, though, into the hands of Spencer. Spencer, pass doesn't quite go to hand. May work out for the best, though, as dancing through goes Finn Newton.
He's on the body, not the ball. He must lift at the ball, not the body.
The bouncing ball, we've said it so many times, creates such carnage in a defensive line. Now Spencer gets it through the hands really fast, but Haleybury under all sorts of pressure as Blundells come flying up in defence. Jonah Thomas, new recruit from Ufgum School, doing really well, but so too Marco Filippetto for Haileybury, and Spencer comes around the corner. There's a bit of space here. Blundells having to work hard on the drift, so cutting back inside comes Spencer. But superb work on the floor from Ruben Northfield.
Number 11 holding on.
Wearing 16 for Blundells. Earns them the penalty, and Cohen with a chance to escape. Oh, and escape well. That's a fantastic kick from that position.
Edge of the line, Haileybury.
Look at that, Northfield straight over the ball. A back row convert. And I'm told a budding career in the military as well. Off the top then, into the hands of the skipper. Now working round the back, goes Noah Fenton. There's penalty advantage to Blundells. So they have a bit of a shot to nothing there, comes to nothing. They come back for the penalty. Well, if Ben Spencer had the ball, I know what would be happening. They'd be going for the posts, but I think, no. I was going to say that I think Blundells will do something different, but it looks as though Cohen has seen what Spencer's up to and thinks, I fancy a bit of that. That's a tricky one, that. Haileybury wanting to compete for the ball, but when you've got a player who's made the tackle, he's not got out of the way yet, you really don't want to compete until he's moved, or you'll get pinged all day. Cohen looking to extend the advantage. Struck it well, struck it very well indeed. Ben Cohen, the captain, with an outstanding kick. And Blundells have managed to work their way first into this game, and now into a 4-point advantage. Off the face, I think, of Blundells there from the restart. The referee, I think he's saying that the man that collected it was in front. You don't often see that off the face from the restart.
Yeah, I mean, the ball seems to hang up there forever. They can't really take it cleanly any of the times.
Well, I wonder if it's the way that, you know, we've spoken about the bounce on this surface before. I wonder if it's the way that when you drop it for the drop kick, it sits up a bit more than it might ordinarily, so the foot goes under it a bit more and sends it flying up into the air. As those of you listening may be able to tell, I'm not a fly half.
Rest of you on fire, please.
I'm sure there are people tweeting in right now to tell me what an idiotic comment that is. Three-man line out again for Haileybury. Aylwin rips it clear, and around the corner goes goes Jasper Jeffrey rather. Around the fringes they go. Haileybury have looked good when they've done this. The key for them when they do this is to pick their moment to release the back line. The last couple of times they've done it, it's been off slow ball. You want to be releasing that back line when the ball is quick. They've got penalty advantage here though, so they do release the back line. Spencer tries to find Newton, but the ball doesn't go to hand, so we come back for the penalty, and surely, well, they go quickly to Haileybury, fast hands, and a great finish from Aylwin, but that was all about the fast hands from the man inside him.
That was Lucas Osman, I think, the man that came on to replace Tommy Ogundare.
Lucas Osman coming on and making an impact. Fast hands from the restart. I was going to say all day long I thought they were going for the penalty. But it's brilliant, quick, subtle hands from Osman. And Aylwin from that distance, well, no one's stopping him.
Yeah, I mean, he gave it a good go, but you're never going to stop it from there.
And Haleybury get themselves back in the lead, and what a timely time to do so, because we're about to head into half-time. If not immediately after this kick, then not very long after it at all. Spencer lining up the conversion. Got his last one, but this one's from a trickier angle. But he's nailed that one. And it is half-time, and Haileybury go into the break 14-11 up against Blundells. They led 7-0, but they have eked their way back into this game to head into half-time with a 14-11 lead. 2 tries. The first one superb, the second one opportunistic from the fast penalty in front of the sticks. We see the tries again. That first one, well, Ollie, it just sat perfectly, didn't it? A winger's dream.
Winger's dream.
Zach Crane it was that scored that one. Ben Spencer with the big boot downfield. Just look at the way it sacks up. No chance for Blundells. And a word to the front row of Haileybury there, who laid the platform. Will Rayfield at loose head, at tight head rather. The Saracens man hasn't had much of a shout out yet. Ever the case with a tight head, I suppose. But the platform they set allowed the clean ball, from which that ball could be sent downfield. Blundells bounce back though. Some loose play in their own 22 from Haileybury, allowing Blundells to seize upon it. And fantastic effort to get round the corner from Saltmarsh, allowed him to go crashing over on the right-hand side. And it was really the first try-scoring opportunity that Blundells had had all game. Saltmarsh charged over on the right-hand side, but then Haileybury responded right on the stroke of half-time, and it was a surprise actually to see them go quick. I thought they'll go for the sticks all day long, but they go quick, and as you said, Osman with the fast hands and Aylwin, well, you just can't stop him, can you?
Yeah, I mean, Finn Newton always switched on, really. Such a threat, especially at fullback when he has time to see what's going on, look at the line, pick and choose his runs. Such a threat, and no one's going to stop Sam Allen from there.
You can see from the moment he picks up the ball, he knows exactly what he wants to do. It's brilliant, that, isn't it? Blind pass from Osman. Works so well. And over they go. That sent them in at half-time with a 14 points to 11 lead. Haileybury set to make a few changes at half-time, as Ollie said. And half-time will be over very shortly indeed. We'll be back with you for the second half. Players are on the field, ready to go. Just short of a ball, I think. And then we'll be up and running with the second half. Haileybury leading 14 points to 11 against Blundells here at Saracens StoneX Stadium. In the second half, it'll be Haileybury in the purple playing from right to left. Blundells in the red and white hoops playing from left to right. Similar kits, but you should be able to tell them apart. Ben Spencer landed both his conversions. It's those two conversions, I suppose, that are the difference here. He's the man that's going to restart the game for Haileybury. And away we go. Well, it's a really tricky take for Blundells. I thought he'd managed to do it actually, but it did indeed squirt loose from Rocky Prowse. That was, I think that ball dropped like a bullet on him.
Yeah, I mean, this will be a big moment if Haileybury can capitalise in the first minute of the second half. Be quite demoralising for Blundells.
It was a great effort from Prowse. Ball just dropped at a pace.
Not an easy kick to catch
Find
that.
No.
Set.
Haileybury then
Hold.
with the put in.
Nice
At Aylwin's feet. Backline is released. Spencer back inside. Doesn't quite get the timing right on that one, and the ball drifts forward. It'll be a Blundell scrum. And a scrappy start to this second half. The space was there, but unfortunately for Spencer, I think with that body angle on that pass, that could only ever go forward.
New front row now for Haileybury. See how the scrum turns out.
Find.
New and dynamic front row. They get a nudge on early on. The Blundells get the ball away safely and down this left-hand side.
No.
Noah Fenton does well not to get himself too isolated, and now Saltmarsh will just do the hard yards, and he's more than happy to do that. Cohen, good handling through back out to Fenton, but maybe one pass too far. The touchline getting in the way of that attack.
Let's make sure we're 5 if we're going to challenge. Okay. Thanks. 7 man.
See it here. It's a nice idea, but the touchline just not quite Blundell's friend there. Slightly longer line out this time from Haileybury.
Yeah, he is their line-out technician there, Toby Wren, number 7. He may not be the biggest flanker, but it pays off because they can just throw him up in the air every time.
You've just taken number 13 out of the channel.
And the referee pulls
pulls
them up.
13 out the space.
The blocking line took a Blundell's player out of contention to make the tackle. I did think a hole had appeared out of nowhere. Very, very close one. Referee absolutely spot on. The gap only existed
Where you are, please. Thank you.
after the tackler had been taken out. See it there.
Edge of the line is you, Jeff.
I think he was past the ball already.
Edge of the line, please.
I think it's that 21 has got up too fast. Always a tricky one, those running lines.
Tackle!
Oh, it's brilliantly poached by Toby Wren. So Haileybury have a chance to counter. Instead, they kick. Blundells have done well to block the passing lane there. They return with an absolutely booming kick. Could have been a 50-22 if it had bounced the other way. Bounces the way that Haileybury would have wanted though, so they get a chance to clear their lines, and clear their lines really well up to the 10-metre line.
No, it's been touched.
Not to hark back to the surface again, but if you get your angles right on this pitch, the 50-22 is a real option and a real weapon.
Yeah, I mean the ball seems to be flying out there. Some massive boots on there.
Line out doesn't find its intended target, but does find Blundell's hands. Big night for the scrum half, Ben Cornford. Scrum half, a position of real strength over the years for Blundells. The Maunder brothers, Jack and Sam, both came through Blundells. Both now playing for Exeter Chiefs. In fact, Jack has an England cap as Blundells go cross field, and Noah Fenton gathers and keeps the ball in field. Now it just squirts loose through the feet. Good luck working out which foot that came off, ref.
Okay, 19's cleared him out, but he's got him round the neck, so it's going to be a penalty against 19 in 5 metres. Okay.
It's going to be a penalty, Haleybury. Okay. Neck roll on the clear out.
Number 19's on the neck on the clear out.
So Haleybury survive that rather threatening Blundell's attack. You can see there in the background Michael Owen, the Haileybury director of rugby, former Wales captain, Grand Slam winner in 2005, British and Irish Lion the same year. Now imparting his pearls of wisdom.
Play on, let's go. They don't have to,
on the schoolboy scene. What a job he's done at Haileybury over the last few years. Blundells finding a bit of space. What can Rocky Prowse do? Rocky Prowse can get himself almost up to the try line, is what he can do.
Penalty advantage.
And his side now playing with advantage. Inches away once more. Forward swarming around it. Oh, that's a big tackle. Huge tackle from Haileybury.
Will Rayfield, that was massive hit.
Rayfield, the Saracens man, doing some great work. Blundells now trying to find some space down the left-hand side. Door shut firmly as Fenton goes into contact.
9, you still have advantage, okay? Advantage is still there.
Finds his forward pack. Great running again from Northfield. Dart round the fringe from Cornford. Makes good ground. Inches away, but it's spilled forward.
No advantage, that is a knock-on. I've got an advantage.
But they will come back for the penalty, and I think it's going to be all the way on this near touchline.
Just get the mark, 9. Winger must roll.
Not rolling away on the last-ditch tackle on Prowse, where Haileybury, but I think they won't be too disappointed with giving away a penalty there, because it was a certain try otherwise. Saltmarsh goes close. Big counter ruck from Ossibor. Blundells, can they get this one through? Yes, they can. And over in the far side goes Lucas Yap. The fullback crosses the line.
Come on.
Son of the former Exeter Chiefs legend, Tony Yap.
Thank you.
Part of the Aura Trophy
11, sit down the halfway line for me.
coaching staff as well. It's Tony and it's his son Lucas. That gets across the line here. It was smart handling from Blundells to get around the fringe of that Haileybury defence. And from their first true attack of the game, they have their second try. Their first true attack in the Haileybury 22, I should say. They've had plenty of possession elsewhere.
Okay, let's just be aware.
Tricky conversion for Cohen. He struck it beautifully, but not quite accurately enough. But his side leads 16-14, and Ollie, a glorious try from Blundells, slick handling.
Yeah, I mean, they knew where the space was, they just had to get it there, and they did just that.
Whenever you're ready, 10.
Lucas Yap in the far corner. The fullback getting inside, second try, and they're back in possession from kickoff. Cohen
just wait in front.
sees a bit of space down the centre field. Newton covers across. Those electric white boots of his. Evades the first tackler, just about makes good ground. Spencer's just going to send this one long. The spiral bomb, I think that may be. And it's swinging this way and that. No wonder it's not been taken first time. Unbelievably tricky one for Yap, that. But he finds space eventually, and through the space go Blundells. Oh, electric gas from Blundells. Noah Fenton. Oh, that is sensational from Fenton. The arms go out. Noah Fenton with a try that anyone on any day would be proud of here at StoneX. 2 tries in 2 minutes from Blundells. Yap with the big pass infield to Fenton, and Fenton just with half a step infield, and then it's just pure gas from there. Wonderful feat from the Exeter Chiefs academy man, and the celebration to go with it.
Number 10 Saturday.
Stunning rugby from Blundells.
A little bit slower. Let's go, Kona. Let's go, Kona. Yes, Kona! What a nudge, man! Come on!
Apologies there.
Tucky.
Rocky Prowse popping up on your screen, but it was definitely Noah Fenton. He and Prowse switched shirts prior to kick-off. Fenton wearing 11 and running like some world-class 11s that have taken to this field before. Wonderful stuff from the winger. Blundells 21-14 ahead now. Cohen got that conversion. Just to let you know, 21-14 they lead. Gone this way and that, and Cohen kicks long again. And Holly, we're seeing every time the kick just going a bit further than anyone's expecting.
Yeah, it seems very, very hard to charge and very difficult to take out there.
Yap sends this one skidding into the Haleybury 22. Haleybury will look to counter. Met well by Blundells though. Carried into contact hard from Haleybury. Spencer calls for it, but instead they break round the fringe.
Yeah, got it, got it, got it.
Blundells back in the hands of Fenton, gets the offload away. Into the hands of Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe, oh, just spilled as he hit the deck. Unfortunate there for Hinchcliffe.
First knock on from
And Haleybury survive another threatening Blundells counter-attack. We'll have the scrum. And on at scrum half there in the 19 shirt, you can see Dan McKenna. The offload was millimetres away from happening, and Saltmarsh, the big man, would have been running into a bit of open space.
Crouch. Bind. Yeah, well done. How we come? Just patience. Just patience, all of this, okay? Let's go again. You're there. Set off them, please. Second. Thank you. Just patience, both sides. Okay.
A little bit of jostling at the scrum.
Bind. Set. Hold!
McKenna feeds the ball, and it's clean ball. Aylwin decides to have a go around the outside, but he spills it forward through contact, so Blundells now will have an attacking scrum. And Haleybury just need to wrestle a bit of control here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think maybe take a minute, regather their breath, and just calm down a little bit.
Crouch.
So Blundells
Bind.
scrum right on the far side of the pitch. The entire back line
Far side, second
here on the
time.
open side. They've got a free kick to Blundells, so they go quick into the hands of Cohen. Looks to feed that back line. Oh, ball doesn't quite go. Intercepted by Haileybury.
No advances.
Oh, what a
That's
crucial
knock off Haileybury, but
tackle.
the first was from Blundell's back here. Scrum. First, second.
Clinging onto the shirt tails were Blundells, as Harry Seagrave looked as though he was about to go the length.
I'll tell you what, it was Joe Robinson, but he can absolutely fly. He would be down the other side of the pitch within a second. Crucial tackle there.
Okay, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me.
Ball just
You guys
plops
make
into
it
the
stop.
hands of Robinson, doesn't it? And
Happy?
crucial tackle from the skipper,
Just a little bit more
Cohen.
patience, okay.
Because as you
Crouch.
say, Robinson was absolutely away.
Bind.
Haileybury then with another scrum
Set.
in their 22. Can they
Hold.
exit a little more tidily this
Wait,
time?
both
Well, the ball
sides.
goes back and forth inside that scrum, but eventually it escapes. Spencer, well, they're looking to run. But in looking to run, they've yielded possession once again.
We've played a quick line out. Happy? Okay. So we've taken knock on into touch and we've gone quick line out. So you've taken a quick line out. It's not gone fire, so it's an option to Haileybury.
Well, and that's a
No, it's not. It's
fair play to the to the
we had a
refereeing
knock on
team
into
there.
touch, we've taken a quick
Knocked
line out,
on
this is your
into
option,
touch
it's not gone
by
fire.
Haileybury.
Scram, Haileybury ball.
Blundells had the option of a scrum or a line out. By taking a quick line out, they had in effect made that decision that they were going for the line out. They didn't get the line out 5 metres, therefore we end up with a Haileybury scrum. A lucky escape there.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, really.
Crouch. Bind.
Well, fair play to them, talking us through it
Set.
on the ref mic. Haileybury will be feeling quite lucky to have escaped that though. In need of managing to string together a few phases.
Pass is good.
Newton gets the ball in his hands.
There we are.
He looks like one of those players that might just be able to create a spark of magic here.
Back in. You're walking.
Loose
come on.
ball again.
Restrict it and it's just come off the knock on. Number 2.
As Blundells almost
It's gone
turned it over,
backwards,
but
it's gone
knocked
to
it on
number
in the
2, it's
process.
gone forwards.
Ollie, what can Haileybury do to just try and string together a few phases of possession, set themselves some kind of a platform to play off?
Yeah, I mean they're looking for the moves, but they haven't been coming together so far. I wonder if the space is out wide rather than through the middle.
Bind.
Maybe go back to the formulated pick and go until the space is out wide, and then
Hold.
move it there.
Wait.
Yeah, all starting to feel a little bit too rushed at the moment. Clever move here though, one side to the other into the hands of Newton, and why not get the ball into the hands of that man at fullback?
Huge
Thunderous
collision
tackle.
there.
2 knock-ons. 1, 2. Blundell scrap. 1.
But yeah, I mean that was interesting there. They moved it to the blind side. That's where the space was. Unreal run there from Finn Newton. Elusive when you let him go. And a massive tackle to finish the move.
Well, it's Cohen again with a crucial intervention at the tackle, the fly half.
Some big hits for a fly half.
Yeah, not afraid to put his body on the line as the outside half, and I think we're starting to learn a thing or two about why he is the man with the captain's armband. Inspirational figure in 10.
We're already leaning forwards, okay? We just need to hold that weight, wait for the calls. Okay? Both sides, we're already leaning in. I've already called crouch, yeah?
I wonder if Saltmarsh might fancy a go down the blind side here. Haileybury
Crouch.
necessarily having to defend with their blindside winger very deep to defend against the kick, but it's leaving a lot of space on that blind side. But instead it's a big scrum from Haileybury. Huge scrum.
Ball comes straight out the tunnel.
Inky Osibor and Will Rayfield, the two props.
Charlie Nunn, I think, actually on the in the front row there. Massive props, and that's where the push comes from.
Indeed, you're right. Charlie Nunn has come on and having a massive impact.
Crouch. Bind. set. Hold! No. He's just gone now.
It's another big scrum from Haileybury, but the referee this time says they've just walked it around the outside a bit. So Blundells survive, and it's another great kick from Ben Cohen,
Where you are is good, thank
landing
you.
us with one of those slightly
Edge
awkward
of the line.
situations where the ball lands just short of our commentary position, but we'd have to stop commentary in order to retrieve it. So we'll just sort of awkwardly watch on while that's tidied up, and it has been. So there you go, it's all good. And there is that ball.
It's me, guys, it's me. Both teams have still got players going on.
A few more subs being made on both sides.
Just stay where you are, please, Haileybury.
Just to remind you again, it's the half-game rule in operation, so every player
Let's go.
has to play at least half a game. Haileybury almost thought that ball was going to go over the top, but Blundell's got hands on. Will crash it up through the midfield. Saltmarsh going through, but Saltmarsh moving too much on the deck and turned over by Haileybury. I think it might have been Osman again.
I think it was. His body position was unmovable there.
Having some big interventions in this game is Lucas Osman.
Edge of the line, please. About 13. Yeah, 12, 13. Where you are, and step in, please, Haileybury. Haileybury, step in.
Haileybury, well, they've changed tactics from first half to second half. In the first half, every line out was a 3-man. Now it's a 6-man line out every time. Will they look to drive?
More.
Yes, they do. And it's well worth them driving because they are flying forwards, 5 yards made with no bother at all. And now they're rumbling right up towards the 5-metre line.
Release. Stay outside.
Clean ball for the forwards to work off around the fringe now.
Where you are.
Numbers both sides now, as Blundells have to flock to the breakdown just to try and stem the tide a little bit. Haileybury work their way around the left-hand side. Trying to go over the top, but well met by the Blundells defence.
He was on the wrong side.
It's just slowed things up slightly and turned by Blundells. Ripped clean in the tackle.
No hands now, ruck form.
Fantastic work from Blundells, and Cohen kicks long, kicks deep, but not off the field. And Newton has a chance to counter, skips past the first defender, just snagged by the second. Haileybury get the ball away, fast hands. Now there's a bit of space for them to work with. Now there's a lot of space for them to work with. Haileybury, oh, that's glorious. Glorious rugby from Haileybury. Spencer the man to finish it. He had men on his outside, and when the defence drifted, all he needed was half a dummy. And Ollie, what a try.
Unreal that. I think it's his second try in 2 games, and it's good to see him using those long legs for something other than kicking it between the posts.
Certainly was. What a time to score that kind of a try. You could see that McKenna was looking to go left initially, but got the call from Spencer, whose kick just clips in off the upright. And we are all square here at StoneX. Could it be a repeat of last year? Surely not.
It could be, you never know.
We see it again here. McKenna was initially looking left, but got the call from Spencer, who got on the outside of the first defender, and at that point it was all scramble defence, and Spencer had the wherewithal just to throw that slight dummy and make his way towards the try line. And now his team have got their tails up, and charging through they go. Osman looking for another one of those blind passes. This time it doesn't go to hand. Haileybury may still have retained possession though. Yes, they have. Comes back on their side. Oh, the Haileybury tails are well up. Offloads coming around. Left, right and centre now from the men in purple. Inspired by their fly halves try. They rumble on. Once again they go, making ground with every carrier, Haileybury. Around the corner again, Saltmarsh with the tackle. But once more it's good ground from Haileybury. And again they go around the fringe. Yard after yard.
Some huge carries coming in there.
The tempo slows temporarily. But punching through, they continue to go, but what an intervention from Blundells. And look who it is. It's the fly half, the captain, Mr. Inspirational himself. Ben Cohen, not content with running the game, not content with huge tackles. He's now playing like a flanker and poaching ball at crucial moments for his side. What about the performance of Ben Cohen at fly half for Blundells?
I mean, that's no place for a fly half in those pick and goes, but he was there and he turned the ball over.
Turned the ball over in crucial fashion as well, because following on from that break, Haileybury just had irresistible momentum. But look at this, you can see Cohen there, he's the one with his hand up at the back of that ruck. And he gets over the ball brilliantly there, head absolutely buried in amongst it, and the referee obliges with his whistle. Bouncing ball for Blundells to deal with. This game has just burst into complete life. We've got about 10 minutes or so left to play, absolutely in the balance. 21 points apiece as Hinchcliffe gets the offload game going. Cohen now almost intercepted by Robinson.
Just a knock on. I've got both hands up going for the catch.
It was definitely a legitimate attempt. Ollie next to me.
Just a knock on.
Getting flustered over here. Thought Haileybury were in.
Down 4, loads of time.
And this game just feels as though it's stepped up a level.
It feels like we're back in the exact same place as we were last year. Scores are even, and the game has burst into life with what, 5-10 minutes to go.
Nothing early on the calls.
It certainly has, and there is just no predicting which way this one's going to swing. Haileybury seem to have found some attacking verve here in the last few minutes, but you just get the impression that Cohen is just not going to let his side go down. Stabs a kick downfield into the hands of Newton. And Newton, oh, he must have beaten about 15 defenders tonight already. Wonderful performance from the Haileybury fullback. Spencer now trying to find some runners, does so. Oh, that's great work on the floor once again. Ruben Northfield, I think that's his 3rd turnover of the game, made a real impact off the bench. Haileybury poached the ball almost off the foot of Cornford. Spencer flinging it out wide. We've got some space to play with now. Into the hands once again of Newton. Beats the first defender. Haileybury, as they tried to stay in field, the pass went into the hands of Blundells, and Yap tidies up. Cornfield's kick is half charged, but finds a bit of space nonetheless. And Rayfield had to work really hard, and in fact I think the ball has ended up in the hands of Blundells. Great chase from Alex Smart. Well, it says in my notes that he works hard, and boy does that second row work hard. First one to get onto that ball, along with Rayfield, and as the referee explains there, with Blundells going forward and an unplayable ball, that means it's Blundells' ball.
Of course I can.
Both players arrived on it at the same time, hence it becoming unplayable.
Crouch. Don't do that. Take your space. Both of you give me your shoulder. Both of you take
Once
space.
again, the referee,
Okay, come on.
'twas ever thus,
This all game. Come on.
telling the front rows to keep their space. Is there a front rower in the world that won't try and nick that extra bit of space?
Crouch. Bind. See. Set.
Oh, another huge scrum from Haileybury, but Blundells managed to hold on to possession. Looking to find a bit of space. Yap now feeds the try scorer, Noah Fenton, and Fenton making brilliant ground again. Noah Fenton, he's looking like such a handfield out on that left wing.
Let's go. Let's go.
Saltmarsh now to carry into heavy traffic, but he won't mind that, will the big number 8. Cohen. Oh, that's delicious from Cohen. But it's brilliant as well from Aylwin, doing a captain's job over that ball for his side.
Neither captain has stopped working tonight. They've both been everywhere.
Absolutely right. It's been a captain's performance on both sides. Aylwin stepping up when his team need him in most there, because you get the impression, don't you, that the next score in this game is going to be so crucial. I think both sides absolutely aware that it's going to be the score that probably defines the game.
It has to be, and it doesn't even have to be a try either. The next penalty, the next drop goal, it could be anything.
Haileybury with another big maul. It's been a weapon for them through the game, and you wonder if they might just try and turn to it to set up some good attacking platform for their side. I'm not entirely sure what's gone on there. Ossibor went charging through, but I think the referee has said it's been knocked on eventually. I think prior to Ossibor getting his mitts on it. We'll have a scrum.
Of course, no worries.
Blundell's ball.
Time off.
Bit of time off as I suspect someone has tactically called a shoelace. That's certainly what I'd be doing if I was out there right now. Lungs will be going. This, by the way, the first of 3 live streams that we've got coming up for you over the course of the next 3 nights. Tomorrow night, it's off to Clifton Rugby Club for a massive game, the Ryan Bresnahan Memorial game between Clifton College and Kirkham Grammar School. 2 of the very best teams in the country. That one is not to be missed. A 7:30 kickoff tomorrow evening. I'm told we'll be having a word with Ellis Genge at some point down there, so do tune in. And then on Friday night, we're off to Leicester Forest Rugby Club, where Denstone College and Ipswich go head to head. Ipswich, of course, on last week's Friday Night Lights live stream, going down in a tight one to Northampton School for Boys. Well, the team they take on next is Denstone College, who won a tight one against Northampton School for Boys the week before. So Friday night promises to be a battle royale between those two. Again, that's a 7:30 kickoff, so do tune in over the course of the next couple of nights. Turned over at the scrum here at StoneX by Haileybury. 21 all we are going into the final 4 or 5 minutes. And a penalty Haileybury. And Ollie, I was going to say, is that close enough for Spencer to have a go? But they go quickly to Haileybury. That's brilliantly up in defence by Rocky Prowse. So Haileybury will have to try and build from around about the 10-metre line. Oh, that's a big contact. And he makes good ground, and he's still going. Is the young Saracens man. Now his front row colleague, Will Rayfield, makes a bit of ground. Spencer finds his man on the outside. Through they go from Seagrave. Seagrave brought down.
Backwards first, the second one is forwards.
And it was backwards from Seagrave, knocked on by Blundells, and Haileybury will have a scrum inside Blundells territory. Spencer gave it late, and Seagrave on that line back against the grain, finding space. Ball spilled loose. It spilled loose favourably for Haileybury, who will have the scrum McKenna to put in. Aylwin at the tail.
Depends how long the play is. Crouch.
Does the skipper have another rumble?
Bind.
He's a big man to stop that number 12, Harry Seagrave, especially when he's going at speed, so maybe that's the other option from this scrum.
Well, they go into the hands of Seagrave, and Seagrave takes it in. He's well met by the Blundells defence.
Use it.
Around the corner they go.
No hands now, Rug.
Aylwin working
Yes,
so hard for his team. Now Rayfield, oh, it's big defence.
Stay on side. Step back.
Once again, it's Northfield. Northfield has had such a fine performance off the bench for Blundells. Ossibor, big carry again.
Use it.
Osman now. He's enjoyed himself with the ball in hand as Osman tonight.
Really good. Let go.
Around the fringes, Haileybury go. They've had a lot of success around the fringe tonight of Haileybury. Can they find yet more success when it counts the most? 90 seconds or so left to play.
Let go.
Our clock just to guide the referee, ultimately in control, but it's going to be close to that. Osman again. Sorry, Aylwin again.
Okay, great turnover. Number 3 never made it back on side for the tackle. He's offside.
Referee happy with the turnover, but Blundells were offside, so we'll have a penalty to Haileybury.
Turnover was good.
Spencer with the ball in hand. Will he go sticks or will he go corner?
It is a penalty. 10, the mark is here.
And I think Aylwin is going to send Spencer to the corner.
It's a tight angle and the maul's been working well, so I understand why he's done it, but hopefully it pays off.
Here we go then. This is the moment.
On the line, please. Let's make sure it's a one-man sack if we're going to
Let's just see the penalty again. It was a clean turnover by, once again, Northfield, who has been absolutely sensational. But unfortunately for him, one of his colleagues was offside. And now Haileybury have a chance. This is the game-winning chance. Safely brought down by Toby Rinn. And the maul goes charging forward. Up towards the line, but it's hauled down just short. Referee happy that that's just come down. No, he's not. He says penalty advantage. Haileybury will have the penalty, so they look wide into the hands of Robinson. Robinson is snaffled up, so they'll come across for the penalty again. 5 meters short of the line. McKenna looks as though he was thinking about taking that one quickly, and Aylwin just says, I don't think so, mate. We'll go to the corner.
Line again, please.
And here we go. Same again.
Where you are.
I think we could hear him from here when he told off the scrum half there. He really wanted that maul.
There was absolutely no way he was letting him have that one, was there? Went to Rinn last time. Will it be Rinn again? Yes, it will. Safely brought down.
Maul!
The maul comes together. This time they make a bit of ground. Trying to wrap round there across the line. Have they got the ball down? Held up, says the referee. Held up, goal line dropout.
Happy with that?
And that's full time. We will have a draw here. 2 years on the trot. 12 months on from Seaford College, drawing 13-all with Haileybury. Blundells come to town this time, and it's a 21-all draw at StoneX Stadium. A thrilling game of rugby between Haileybury and Blundells. And what a defensive effort from Blundells right at the last. Haileybury had got across the line, but Blundells had got underneath it. And it looks as though it was the hooker, Taylor Wanacott, the man of many talents, who got his body underneath the ball, saving his side from defeat at the last. Haileybury, oh so close to winning, Ollie.
I mean, that felt like an absolute carbon copy of last year. I think the only difference was Haileybury thought they got it over the line on the left-hand side of the pitch, but this time the right. But, you know, it finishes all square, and what a game that was.
An absolutely sensational game. Performances to remember from a number of players on both sides. You could see a few lads out there that just looked inspired to be playing in this venue.
Both captains, I think, put out an amazing display. Some amazing runs from both teams. The feet and the steps out there were phenomenal. What a game to watch.
Absolutely right. Cohen the skipper for Blundells at fly half, sensational. Aylwin at number 8 for Haileybury, absolutely wonderful as well, as was his opposite number, Saltmarsh. As we see here, the first try of the game. What a wonderful try that was. Zach Crane, they got it. Oh, the standouts for me, some brilliant performances off the bench. Ossibor and Osman in particular for Haileybury were outstanding. Ruben Northfield for Blundells, an absolutely glorious performance off the bench. And Saltmarsh, the Blundells number 8, scored their opening try. We see on the screen here, short range effort, barreling his way over the two sides now, just making their way off the field after a sensational evening here at StoneX. I'll say off the field, they'll have to come back on it because the stand on the far side is currently still being built, so they can't use the changing rooms just yet. Modern rugby, eh? Haileybury's second try, well, it was that sub we talked about. Lucas Osman with the fast hands from the quick penalty.
Quick hands from the lower sixth former, and that set up Sam Allen's try.
Absolutely. And a word too, actually, on Haileybury fullback Ben Newton, who was just a thrill to watch. He'll be counting up how many defenders he beat in analysis after this one.
He will. He is one of the most dangerous players, I'd say, on the pitch, on any pitch that he plays on.
His opposite number, Lucas Yap, got away on the left-hand side for Blundells, and at this point, momentum was absolutely coursing through the veins of Blundells, and that momentum resulted in this absolute wonder effort from Noah Fenton. Pretty much the length of the field, and simply nothing that anyone could do about it. There's Yap under the high ball there, knows exactly what he wants to do, get it into the hands of the gas man, and the Exeter Academy player is more than happy to take on the responsibility. Oh, it's just glorious. And at that point, it looked like Blundell's game to lose, but Haileybury weren't having any of it. And Ben Spencer, the fly half in particular, stepping up and storming home. Defence just couldn't wrap fast enough. And Spencer, ever alert, made it across the line. And his conversion just clipped in off the post. How crucial that was to prove in the final shake-up of this game. And then the final moment. Haileybury got themselves across the line, but they didn't get the ball down. And so the game ended 21 points apiece. 2 years in a row here. It has been a draw. And it all finishes up. Haileybury 21, Blundells 21. Ollie, thank you very much for joining me. What a cracker of a game.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's been a good one. And stay with us over the course of the next 2 nights. Tomorrow evening, 7:30, Clifton College against Kirkham Grammar. And then Friday night, Denstone College against Ipswich. Again, a 7:30 kickoff. It's another big week here at Next Gen 15, but here at Saracens StoneX Stadium, it finishes up 21 apiece, Haileybury and Blundells.
Introducing Next Gen 15, the new home of school rugby.
Well, where does this come from?
Covering everything the school game has to offer in both the north and southern hemispheres.
Oh, that's a great tackle! It's not good enough! 1-2, skipper
Elizabeth Ewan with the wheels.
Highlighting tomorrow's stars, Next Gen 15 will be bringing you live games and a regular update of all the news and in-depth views on the global game.
What's a kick?
Where did he come from and how did that happen?
All your school rugby, all in one place. This is Next Gen 15.
Bye.